children in Connecticut and Colorado and Pearl, Mississippi, that lost their lives. Now, who among us would not have hoped to have been there and would have laid down our lives to stop it? Had one of us been there that day, hopefully with our right to keep and bear an arm, perhaps those tragedies would have been stopped. And if we could do nothing else, we would have put ourselves between harm's way and those children. So never think that we don't care. Never believe that we wouldn't lay down our lives for those that we don't know. Thousands upon thousands of great American citizens have done so. In law enforcement, more importantly in the military. So we begin with that premise that we know the tragedy and heart-wrenching pain that those parents have gone through, and we send our prayers and our thoughts to them. But let us not make this a time to take the opportunity to remove the rights of honest, law-abiding gun owners. Amen. I was reading this morning an article, and it brought to light something very important. The Second Amendment to the Constitution, of course, says the people have the right to keep and bear arms, and that this shall not be infringed upon. It doesn't say it shouldn't be done away with, or it shouldn't be amended. It says it shouldn't be infringed, even infringed upon. Our founding fathers were so dedicated to it, they said don't even infringe upon it. Now, they were masters of the written word. This word was not put there by accident. They knew exactly what they wanted to say. They wanted to frame it as such to where they said, Congress, you cannot infringe upon those rights for a free society. I will tell you then, and I will tell you now, a free man should not have to ask his government to keep and bear his arms.
Yeah.
Well, now listen, that early morning, and I want to thank Don. I heard Don come on the radio program, and he said, we're going to meet at the Capitol. And it stirred my heart and soul. It doesn't take much to do that because I love this country so much. I love this state and its people. So I came to the Capitol very early that morning. There were very few people here. And I penned a letter to the governor, to the lieutenant governor, and to the speaker. And I said, let us go to work. I would like for you to draft legislation that will prohibit any local law enforcement or state law enforcement officer from assisting this government in an unconstitutional law that would take our guns. Oh my goodness. There we were on Huffington's Post, whatever that is, the next day. We were on Good Morning America. How dare the governor of the state of Mississippi, why bless his heart, he doesn't know that state law can't supersede federal law. What they don't know is I taught American government for 6 years. I've read the Constitution. You know, they believe that those of us that sit in the deer stand don't ever read the Constitution. And my goodness, you know, we can't go to universities and get degrees. And how little they understand. I will remind you that I could be in a deer stand right now. You see what sacrifices we make. We're going to continue to fight. I'm not angry. I'm proud. And pride will make you do things that are important. It will make you do things that will rise above your own self-interest. The pride in knowing that all of you would be here today to help us fight this fight. To send a word to Washington, D.C. that we will not stand by. We will not quietly go into the night as our rights are infringed upon. Amen. To let them know that we understand that we have civil liberty, that we have individual rights, and that we have responsibilities as leaders. So proud to see Mark Baker here, great representative. Glad to see my sheriff here from Rankin County. Sheriff, God bless you. These representatives and senators, congressmen that want to come and join us as we press on. In the writing of the Declaration of Independence, our founding fathers said, and for the support of this declaration, with firm reliance and on the protection of divine providence, we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honors. Those men understood in signing that declaration, they may have signed their death warrant. In fact, they were hunted down by an overbearing, oppressive government who wanted to take their guns. That's when that revolution began. Now we're going to, orderly as possible, according to the laws of the state and the nation, resist. Because we want to make sure that our rights and our children's rights and our grandchildren's rights are never infringed upon. So it is time as we look back at the loss of the lives of those children, but the loss of the unborn children that is such a tragedy for this nation. Where are the tears and the anguish over those whose rights were taken from them before they were ever delivered? The rights of the unborn child to life and liberty and the pursuit of happiness. Simple things that we ask, that we fight for, that we believe in. That we will continue to push on. And at the end of the day, to each other, we will pledge our lives and our fortunes and our sacred honors. God bless you for being here today. God bless Mississippi, and God bless the United States of America.